CookeBurgess. It's not just property, it's personal.
Hi guys, it's Paul here from CookeBurgess, and in this short video I want to share with you our experience of finding decent trades and how we work with them so that things run as smoothly as possible. By their very nature, even if you're not refurbing, there's always something that needs doing on rental properties. That's why it's so important to factor in some money that you put aside each month from rental income to pay for maintenance. At CookeBurgess, we factor in 10% of each month's gross rental income when stacking our deals. You may factor in more, you may factor in less, but it's important to factor in some money into these deals. You know, boilers breaking down can be a huge deal and can really eat into your ROI if you haven't got a contingency. So, how do you avoid the cowboys and find yourself a good tradesperson? So, you can use local recommendation, you can ask around your local area, you can ask other trades, but be wary of having one trade recommend another. These guys are often friends outside of work, and there might be a little circle of referrals going on where they, give each other work. And just because your plumber has done a good job for you, don't rely on his electrician mate that he drinks with on a Friday night to give you the same level of service. They are different people and they're a different company. There are approved trader schemes, things like Rated People, Trustmark, TrustTheTrader.com, and these are all web-based portals that allow users to access feedback left by previous customers in order to help make a decision about hiring trades. Just remember though, whilst these sites will provide you with feedback on the trade's previous work, they will not take any responsibility for any dodgy or substandard work that said trade person may do if you decide to employ them. You need to decide on whether you're going to employ one contractor who can manage the whole project, or whether you'll employ all separate trades and manage the project yourself. Having a main contractor is almost always going to be more expensive. However, it will save you a lot of time. You've got to ask yourself, have I got the time to be the project manager for this project? Even for a small bathroom replacement, you're going to need to be working with a plumber, an electrician, a tiler, a bathroom fitter. Do you want to be the one taking all the calls and managing these 4 separate businesses, arriving on site at the right time, agreeing contracts with them all, taking invoices and paying them all individually? And if there's a problem with a leak, was it the plumber or was it the bathroom fitter's fault? I can guarantee you it's always going to be the other trade's fault, who caused the leak and not the person who you're talking to. With a main contractor, you just have one entity to deal with. So you've done some due diligence and, using the above schemes, etc., and you've found a tradesperson. So what do you need to do next? Well, you'll need to meet with the tradesperson on site. When they arrive, there's a few things you can do to try and suss them out a bit further. Have a look. Did they turn up on time, as they said they were going to? Were they punctual? Does their van look roadworthy? Do they look and conduct themselves in a professional manner? Ask yourself all these questions to get a feel for this person that's going to be working for you. Whilst discussing the project with the said tradesman, be specific and set out a detailed, clear brief when requesting quotes. Get more than one quote and ideally at least 3. Ask for a detailed written quotation with start and finish times and agreed payment terms. Seek references, so speak to their previous customers and if possible, take a visit to where they've done a previous job and have a look. Try and use established firms. Make sure they have an office address and a landline phone number. Be very wary of firms willing to only give you a mobile telephone number. Only pay for work that's been done and not by advanced payments. But where materials need to be bought in advance, it's reasonable for the trader to ask you to pay a fair percentage of these costs as the job progresses. Always use a written contract. It offers you protection if anything goes wrong. Agree any stage and final payments before work starts. And if you're doing extensive work, set a penalty clause, say £500 a week, should the work overrun the agreed deadline. I mean, every week that they're late, you're going to be losing rental income, so you need to build that into your plan. There's several terms that you may want to consider agreeing to before the work starts, and these include but aren't completely limited to. So the description of the works is important. Be really specific about what you want. If you agree to your mixer taps being replaced, but the type or brand is not specified, then you can't really complain when the tradesman fits the ones of his choice, which are cheaper and that are going to give them a bigger profit margin. Agree on the cost. It might seem obvious, but agreeing the cost alongside the description of the works means that there can be no dispute as to what's being paid for. It also provides an easy reference point should alterations or additional works need to be made in future as the project progresses. Agree your payment terms with these guys. Agree how much is to be paid and when the payment's due. Will you be paying for the materials up front, or are you going to be paying as things go along? Does the tradesman require a deposit? When and how should the final bill be paid? Are the stage payments appropriate? And if so, when will each payment be made? Agreeing payment terms up front will help to avoid any disputes later on. You need to decide what the tradesman's responsibilities are going to be. Do you need the tradesman to clear up all of their tools and stuff at the end of every day? If there's kids going to be coming into where the project's being done, does all the stuff need to go away and be securely stored? Agreeing details like this will help both you and the tradesman to know exactly what's expected before the work starts. Don't forget your responsibilities. These things work both ways. You may have agreed to allow the tradesman access at particular times and on particular days. If things are being delivered, who's going to be there to accept the deliveries? Is it going to be you, or does the tradesman need to be on site? Carrying things upstairs, moving things, is that going to be the tradesman's job, or is it going to be your job? Setting out clearly at the beginning these things will prevent any nasty surprises later on. And things can always change, can't they? So alterations, if a situation dictates that a change must be made to the original terms, make sure to confirm this in writing and get another signature to agree this. And by keeping a copy of the original contract and the amendments, you can refer back to it should any dispute arise, and then you can decide, no, this is what's extra and this is what I'm going to pay for. There might be some defects, there might be some problems. Decide, does the tradesman offer any guarantee on their work, and are they using any materials that carry any guarantees? If they don't, then you should consider confirming what they would return to fix and the cost of those works. You should also agree an appropriate length of time for this guarantee to stand. Having all this paperwork and solid contracts in place is important, but it doesn't replace the need for a good working relationship with your builder. Even with a contract in place, there can be some miscommunications and misunderstandings, and in our experience, most of the problems have arisen due to miscommunication. If things are written down and signed, then there's no room for the "I didn't agree to that" moment 3 months down the line. Why not take detailed notes during the site visits and then transcribe these onto your contract, or get somebody else to transcribe them for you and email them to your tradesperson to be digitally signed. If they can't digitally sign something because they don't do IT, ask yourself, are they the right person for the job in this day and age where most of the running of a business is done digitally and online? You are always at risk of running into cowboys, and this guide isn't designed to try and protect you 100% from that. However, if you implement a few of these steps, you can considerably mitigate your risks. But don't forget that there is also a wealth of amazing building contractors and tradespeople out there. People that will do an amazing job for you, who take great pride in their work and will give you a great result. And good luck, guys, with finding these projects and with getting them off the ground and getting them going. as always, if you've got any extra tips that you want to share with us, and if any way that you can help us to learn, then please write something in the comments box. We read them all, and we respond to them all as well. Until the next video, take care.